Well, good morning. It's absolutely my pleasure and honor to be here today, and I feel somewhat humbled to be with some of these really great inspirational women. And when they asked me to talk about my journey to the top, I thought, well, I'm probably going to be in a room with people that are doing a lot more than I am, but I'll be happy to share my story, and if that inspires somebody, that'll be great. I'm a little bit different from most of these ladies. I was actually that quiet little kid in the front row of the chemistry class in high school that secretly wanted to be in a lab coat when people said, what do you want to be when you grow up? Do you want to be a teacher? Do you want to be this or that? And I always knew that I wanted to do something in science. So I went to Cal State, got a degree in environmental and occupational health science, and I went to work as a chemist for a company that did air pollution research. And that was at Rancho Los Amigos Medical Center. We actually had this really cool double-hulled stainless steel chamber, and the chemists, like myself, would manufacture smog, and we would get people to go in and volunteer. And so I saw firsthand, and we actually had to volunteer first, make sure we didn't, do anybody in, but I actually saw firsthand everyone from children with asthma to Olympic athletes. They were actually not the cyclists, but the standby cyclists, and elderly people with chronic obstructive lung disease, what different things that we experience every day in our air pollution actually does to their lung function. And so I did that for about 10 years, and I went back and got a master's degree while I was doing that. And research was really, funding was drying up. So my next move was to go to the South Coast Air Quality Management District. And I used to take an instrument there every 3 months to get calibrated for our air pollution studies, and I thought, boy, I really want to work here. It's half the commute, and it can take what we do to find out what air pollution does to people's lungs. I can kind of switch into maybe there's things we can do about it. So I went to work at the AQMD, and I started as a staff specialist, which is kind of an entry technical position. I worked on a lot of policy and rule development. I'm very proud that I was one of the authors of the rule that's making perchloroethylene for dry cleaning obsolete, because all of our dry cleaners have to switch to other chemicals. Thanks. And I've got to do a lot of really interesting things there. So I've been there for about 23 years. So 10 years at the first, and my second career, 23 years. And I've been able to move up through the ranks. So I did a lot of policy and rule development. I got promoted to supervisor, then to manager. And about 5 years ago, they made me the director of strategic initiatives. So I got a lot of opportunity to work there directly with a lot of other folks doing climate change. So I learned a lot about sustainability and alternative energy, consumer choices. So a lot of the things that some of the speakers are talking about really resonate with me, not just from my career path, but also personally. Make good choices. Take public transportation when you can, buy green products, don't use a lot of paper, do a lot of electronic. So it's kind of a good way to kind of live practice what you preach. So about a year ago, I was actually promoted to the long title that was there, and basically my boss and I head up the engineering and compliance division. So we have about 300 employees, mostly very hardworking engineers and inspectors that issue permits to anything that causes or controls air pollution. And then we have over 100 folks that go out to check the tens of thousands of businesses in our area to make sure that they're doing the right thing. So that's kind of my rise to the top, and I'm very proud to have come a long way. And one story I remember, when I was a little kid, I was very excited. I think I was about 8, and I got an Easy Bake Oven for Christmas, and I was like, oh, wow, this is the best thing. And then I remember my brother got a chemistry set. And I remember inside, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to make a cupcake, and then I got to go play with that chemistry set. So, so I was always kind of that closet scientist nerd. So actually, I've really enjoyed my career a lot. Be happy to talk with you after and hear about your stories. Thank you.